yo,
Yo, yo.
back again for another episode of Island Boys Football Talk. We've been missed a few days due to vacations and a couple holidays, but we are back again.
Say, back like we never left.
My partner, you look healthy.
Good. Good. Ready to go.
So pretty much OTAs hasn't been much of excitement as we expected. We have been getting minimal news. I guess it's because they're in shots and probably just doing a 7-on-7s and couple 11-on-11s, but ain't like anybody actually rushing the pass and stuff like that. We ain't not getting good physical contact. What you call it? Competition. So
Well, no pads, right? No
no,
pads.
exactly no pads. So I
Pants,
mean,
pants and probably no contact at all, probably.
exactly. So I mean, I know what's coming out of Fernandez camp, but
Well, yeah, we actually finished our OTAs last week and
right,
we actually pushed up our mandatory mini camp to this week.
right.
So today was our first day of our 3-day mandatory mini camp. And yes, folks, Debo Samuel showed up
You'll
to
be
mini.
back.
So
So yeah.
I think everybody who was supposed to show up showed up. We didn't have any holdouts. I see some teams got some reports of some people holding up already. So,
Not for camp already. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
so
mean,
I,
ain't
I
much.
didn't read my report from camp yet. I mean, I think it's still going on. No, they finished. They finished at 3 o'clock today. Yeah. So I waiting for the reports to come up. Today was day one. So we'll see.
I mean, ain't much going on in Philadelphia. I mean, just I think Nick Sirianni says that he sees some improvement in Jalen Hurts. I guess that's because over the last season he was training with the quarterback guru that's the who Brady and everybody trains with. So they say his
Mhm.
footwork is a lot better. Um, I ain't sure about his delivery, but I go with what Nick Sirianni is saying for now. I mean, we can't really tell until you actually see something on game film and there's a game tape or whatever, and see him against other talent. I mean, other teams. So see him compete against other teams. I mean, 7-on-7, 11. Everybody gonna look good against in 7-on-7. So we'll see.
When y'all start your mini camp next week.
I think next week our mini camp starting. Yeah. But they say they're gonna only open one training camp practice to the public. And that's a $10 fee. So that's about it. Other than that, I mean, Jaden Davis looking good. I mean, they say he's slimming down, he's fitting in. Kobe Dean is on the sidelines right now. He's trying to learn the playbook and get the playbook in. They said once he learns the playbook and fully understands the playbook, he'll be on the field, and that's it. That'll be it. That'll be it for him. He'll just plug and play, and that's it. He'll be the starting linebacker and maybe the quarterback of the defense as well too. He just has to learn the playbook, and that's about it. I mean, ain't really much to expect from OTAs. I mean, everybody showed up. Nobody said no. Nobody unhappy about contracts. None of that. The team is looking good. The team is gelling well. Nick's, I think there was a story where Nick Sirianni said that he's given up play calling to Sharkeeson. So, but he also did that halfway through the season last year. So I mean that's good because now he could actually be the CEO and look at the whole game instead of his head digging the charts. He could also coaches look at what's going on, getting a good flow for the game, and coaches as well in the game too at the same time. So that's I mean it's good on his part because for a rookie head coach to actually give a play calling, you know what I mean? That's good.
It's your character.
Right, exactly.
I
That's
think
good.
ain't like some of the other head coaches that they need
Right,
to play calling and stuff like that. That shows character, and it might be a good humble beginning
right.
for a
I think
team
if
that I think had an outstanding draft and should be
right,
got
exactly.
this year.
Scott, I mean, from listening to the fans, listen to the radio, stuff like that, listen to analysts. Sky's the limit for Philadelphia. I mean, they were saying if Jalen Hurts could be a top 10, top 15 type of quarterback this year, there's a chance the Eagles can make a deep run in the playoffs.
I don't. I don't. I don't see why not. I really don't see why not.
They say that he could be a Jimmy Garoppolo with legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you'll deal with that. But he has to get better at reading the defense and being able to deliver the football. And that's it. You got the weapons out there. This is other than Jeremy Macklin and Deshaun Jackson. This is one of the best receiving core that we had in a long time. Even in Super Bowl year when we had Torrey Smith, Nelson Aguilar, and Alshon Jeffrey. That's not a great receiving core that we had. That wasn't a great receiver. That was an okay receiving core. I think Torrey Smith was on his last legs. Nelson Aguilar had a great year. Hasn't performed up to that level since. And Alshon Jeffrey had an okay year. But you haven't had prolific receivers like AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. You had a prolific tight end in
Yeah.
Dallas God. I mean in Zach Ertz. That's Super Bowl year. But you have another prolific tight end in Dallas Goddard. And you also have a decent slot receivers too as well. And you have a better running back than what you had that Super Bowl year. Well, so I mean, you have a better linebacker core than you had that Super Bowl year. You have better cornerbacks than you had that Super Bowl year. So it's right now is the only problem is you had a better quarterback, but we'll see. But this team all around was a much better team than that Super Bowl than that team that we had that Super Bowl year. So we'll see. On paper.
On
On
paper.
paper. He
Everybody
not
look good
feel
on
it.
paper.
He
Everybody
not
look
feel
good on
it.
paper.
He not feel it. It's all on paper right now.
Everybody look good on
So
paper.
so I
You
mean
know?
right now with going in OTAs and true OTAs right now, the team is looking good. Everything is good. The energy level is high. Everyone is excited. Expectations are high. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's fair. So like I was saying before, we started our mini camp today. We're gonna extend through Thursday. Um, so this is the first time a lot of the veterans and the starters get together fully. We got a lot of them was
Right.
into the OTAs and stuff like that. But today is the first mandatory mini camp. Like I said before, everybody on the team show up except for Jimmy, which he is excused because of his shoulder. Um, Trent Williams, dropped some comments. He was impressed with our second year guard Aaron Banks. We drafted him last year. He obviously gonna have to step up to the starting role this year. I'm
Right.
still looking to see who the hell gonna replace Alex Mack. But what I hearing right now is that kind of like Alex Mack's, even though he announced that he's retiring, he's still in limbo. Because basically they restructured his contract, save some money. So it's whether or not if you want to take that. I think it's a $4 million cut if you want to take it and hang around for another couple of years or what. But he retired, but he ain't officially retired. That's the state he
Right.
in right now. Chabaris Ward, he's a new addition. We pick him up in free agency at Connor. He gonna be a starting Connor alongside Mosley. He had some things to say about Trey, compared him to Patrick Mahomes. Um, he also talked about Brandon Ayuk, saying that if Brandon Ayuk put everything together, that he could see him as the number one receiver on the 49ers.
Now we have to agree to that.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I would love to have that competition. The two of them,
Right.
him and Debo chugging and battling to be who's number one. I would love
Right.
it. I would love that. So we got good comments coming out of the day one. I can do some more deep diving once they start releasing some more reports because, like I say, it's still early out in
Right.
California.
Exactly. Yeah.
So once I get more reports, by the time next show, we'll have the whole 3 days under wraps, and I can give my full diagnosis on the full um, 3 days of mandatory mini camp and see what happened there. After that, you guys will be probably coming to your mini camp next week.
Right.
We'll be just a little step ahead of y'all guys with our practices and our mini camps. But other than that, Debo, like I said, Debo is in training, in the training camp. Hopefully, squash that distraction, that noise right now. Get him signed up. They did talk a little bit about Bosa. Shanahan saying he ain't really worried about that. Bosa gonna be there for a long time. So I think we're dealing right. We're dealing with the pieces that we have to deal with. Get our boys in camp. Get ourselves ready for this run because we are almost under 90 days. I think 91 days left before the season starts.
Mm-hmm.
That's three
Soon.
months. So we'll see what's going on. Other than that, like you said, been quiet. All OTAs went through real quiet. Nothing came out of
Exactly.
OTAs much. Just basically the rookies getting reps and seeing where the rookies plays. And I think I've been hearing a good report from all of our rookies. But again, like you said, that's all on paper. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, everybody gonna say, yeah, the rookies looking good. Not until they go up against the first, second, third team, then we can see what happening.
Yep.
Pads come on is when everybody start when you realize who and what. So we see what happening from there. So
Keep it pounding.
I ain't hearing you. You're muted.
You might muted.
You can hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
Tell me when I ready to talk about transgender and the NFL.
No. We're gonna bypass that topic today. We're gonna bypass
No,
that.
no.
We're gonna bypass that topic.
It's part of one of our teams, so it gotta be said.
Well, no negativity, please.
Yeah. Keep
No,
it.
no. Just tell me when I ready.
We ain't never be ready.
We ain't ready for that. We ain't ready for that topic.
You can't share with the rest of the fans.
So everybody figuring out the death chart, but we figuring out what kind of man, woman we got put on a cheerleading team, how the barriers break. This is a this is a step in the right direction. I can't ever say he. She got picked because of how how talented she is. What going on with Carolina? So we don't have a football team. This is what we're talking about. A transgender cheerleader. So that's what we come to know. You're going from Donald to a transgender. That's what it is. So I guess when I go watch the Panthers in September, I'm gonna have to put trans accepted in my on my sleeve and the gay pride and all kind of things there. So I guess I gotta do all of that now. Because I think that they're trying to build more awareness. I don't know. Because I remember Shane put it in his in the chat. Some people from the Tampa Bay Rays refuse to wear the hat and the patches for
Yeah.
the LGBT thing, and everybody kick up a storm. But the man said what he had to say. He's a man of God.
Right.
We don't condone that. So I must go there and cheer for the top cat, because the top cats they're going to high schools and the little schools and promote. So them gotta be promoting that to my child. So that's what the Panthers are about. I thought we are a football team. What are you talking about trend as well? That this is what the Panthers. So as low as we be from the Panthers, this is a new low. So we got even lower. So I had to deal with that all week. And then Cam come here today, woke. He was put in a effed up situation last year with the Panthers. He gets signed Thursday, he had to play Sunday, and then the next week he was a starter and all kind of thing. So what are you looking? You looking sympathy? That's why we come to know. But I ain't hearing nothing on the field. All I hearing is Cam balling and a tranny out there jumping. So somebody gotta tell me if I right or wrong. If I mean
So no takeaways of your quarterbacks. How your quarterbacks are looking. What's his name? Carson Strand, right?
no, Corral.
Coming, Matt Corral.
How you gonna see me with the camera on the tranny?
So no reports on how Matt Corral is looking. How Sam Darnold is looking.
No. I don't want to hear nothing about them.
Nothing about Evan Neal.
We don't have Avenue. You got to be drunk tonight.
Ikinu, whatever his name is.
No, Akin was top notch, all pro this year.
Ikinu, no reports
He's
on
exceeded
your rookies.
expectations. Right now, I think they went back in today. I think I saw some stuff there with them back today. They played. Everyone's impressed with Ikinu. James Campion, the offensive line coach, he said that he threw a lot of stuff at him to see how he'll handle himself.
Right.
And right now, they were deciding between left tackle and left guard, but they got from what everyone's hearing, there's no doubt in his mind that he's the left tackle for the next 15 years for the Panthers.
Makes sense.
He's set the tone, the way he approaches the game. Everyone clings to him. You're in love with him, and he's ready. So you got Taylor Moton on the right side, Ikenu on the left. You got Austin Corbett from the Rams, the right guard, Bradley Bozeman from the Ravens, the center, and then just left guard to be decided, and that could go to Brady Christensen. And the line is set. In terms of Corral, he looks the part, but he still has a ways to go. He's still a developmental quarterback. There's stuff you got to develop from.
Right.
So it's not bad, but they got high hopes for him. They don't want to start in week one. But if he does something, I think the talk, the talk is that we're gonna. They're still monitoring Baker or Garoppolo. The latest report to come out of Carolina was they're monitoring Garoppolo, but about it's 50-50. 50% of the people would like him, and 50% of the other side got concerns with his shoulder. That's what's coming out of Carolina's camp. They're still monitoring. Um, they're still monitoring Baker, but again, that's a money issue.
I
That's
saw a report as well. There was a money issue with Garoppolo as well too.
yeah. They went into financial stuff. All the reports just saying that I think the the headquarters, Carolina front office, the split. Some persons will take him right now, and some persons just got some questions about his shoulder.
Go ahead.
And then this the monitor is still Baker. Like I said, they don't want to start Corral right now. If he comes and does something special, then yeah. But ideally, they would like to, if the season ain't going well, start him in the middle of the season. They don't want to start him week one, because he still has stuff that he has to work out in terms of like progressing your receivers and those kind of stuff. Watching how the defenses play, reading and recognizing the coverages. So they say that's still a work in progress for him. But they're still looking at big. I think if Cleveland decides to budge and take most of the money, the Panthers will trade for him one time. But Cleveland playing hardball and the Panthers playing hardball. And I don't know why Cleveland playing hardball, because even if Cleveland releasing them, still gotta pay the 18 million. So
Right.
that don't make a drop of sense. You may as well pay something like 14 million and cut your losses. I don't see the point in holding on to him and think somebody gonna take 10 million out of the 18 million. Nobody ain't gonna do that. So Cleveland trying to play a game of chicken, and right now I think they're the ones getting back for the the biggest loser now. That's Baker, because he ain't got no home. He ain't gonna be on the he's not a bronze quarterback.
Right. Exactly.
And the longer he wait, the less time he got a season, they ain't got much places for him to go. Carolina and Seattle. Probably there's the only two he really got to go that he could start. And if you don't get to go there now, you gotta wait during the season. Then you're playing uphill battle. So, but quarterback position still the thing. McAdoo saying that Sam Darnold, he loves what he sees in Sam Darnold. He has a different approach to the off season, but everybody just say that when they're coming with shots and no pads.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody says those things. You want them to go there and say, "Oh, Sam Donald looks like he's regressed even more." That ain't gonna look good.
Exactly. They ain't that. They don't say that.
So everybody just says what they gotta see for no. But outside of that, they still the guy's looking good. It's still early. I think our minicamp. I too sure. I saw them coming today, but is either this week or next week. One of the weeks. Well, take a look into it more. The trainer just had me harassed all week. I couldn't think straight. I don't know why everything on the Panthers side just talking about a tranny. So I couldn't deal with that. So I took a break.
I mean, I ain't got nothing to talk about, man.
Um, the wrong things I'm talking. 15 David Tepper filed for bankruptcy in that big $800 million headquarters they were building in South Carolina. So he in South Carolina got beef.
Wow.
Then the China come. Then Cam Newton come out here chatting this nonsense. So I don't know. Nothing football going on for the Panthers, and that's the bad thing about it. Nothing football was going on. The only really thing you got from football is that Taylor Moton likes the way the offensive line is going. They're trying to build chemistry. And outside of that, nothing really with the Panthers. Panthers worried about Garoppolo's shoulder. But no, it's more internal of Parsons trying to step up. They're hoping Derek Brown takes a leap, Terrace Marshall takes a leap. They hope JC Han comes back strong in his second year. Those kinds of stuff. They hope Utah goes Mato steps up. They hope Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy. That is the normal stuff that you would sit here and talk about every day. Ain't nothing really topic wise that you're gonna think as she and see. Leave them in a camp, go through a little bit more, see what happened, and then you kind of dive into more of the team and what can happen.
I think training camp is when we can get a real details on what each team doing. And
As long as the pads in on, you can't really analyze what's going on. When
probably
pads
just in game 2 and 3 is when you fully understand what game of the team and
when
stuff like
pads in when pads in on, you can what you really observe. Now it's more of a conditioning kind of thing.
that. Right.
Without the pads, you can't do nothing. So everybody look good when they ain't got hand pads.
Hmm.
And you can't go full steam ahead and that kind of stuff.
Can't touch nobody. I ain't want to see nothing.
Right. Wait till July. That's I think it's the third week in July when they go to training
Right.
camp, and then you kind of see stuff. But like I say, I can't sit here and talk about how a transgender breaking barriers in the NFL and to come off the Panthers. That just gave me a headache, so I didn't really want to talk about it.
When you start your mini camp.
And the
Next week?
camp, I think it's next week. Yeah. So you gotta see.
There's mini
Oh,
camp and after that last
I
couple
don't.
of weeks and after everybody take a break and
It has good dull
yeah,
for like a whole month.
a whole month here.
Just be silent. Come in the camp. Once that mandatory in the camp done,
Everybody
that's it.
gone.
Hmm.
That's when the players normally they get in trouble. On that time.
Like, what is it? Like a break, right? It's a break.
Yeah, a long
You
break,
get close to about a 5 week break.
a 5 week break, yeah.
So you guys see the Panthers will begin OTAs and scatter his practice days through June 9th. Mandatory in the camp will run 3 consecutive days in mid June. Mm, it's just mandatory, yeah, but it's first, the third, and then the 6th to the 9th. So actually, right now, I'm gonna do it. Ours is this week, not next week, because they came in today. So I think 7, 8, and 9th, they're gonna have them in the camp. And we'll see. Next show, I'll be able to clarify more on how Donald and Corral had look. So mine is this week along with Shane on.
Right.
KG yours is next week.
Hmm.
I think it's just based on all the movement with quarterbacks in the NFL this past off season. All the focus gonna be on a lot of them. How the quarterbacks look in the new thing, how Tyreek Hill and Tua looking, how Devontae Adams looking out there, how the
We ain't
how
seen two ain't cuss off somebody the other day.
exactly
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing they can see.
Yeah.
You're still looking at they see the Chargers, new look Chargers on defense. Russell in the Russell Russell in Denver. You got how will the Chiefs manage? How the new look Raiders look. So, it's a lot of movement and so. But there's a lot of stuff that happen. A lot of people still gotta look at stuff and identify stuff. But a lot of teams know what they got to deal with for the upcoming season.
No,
And that,
mandatory mini camp is my bad. Mandatory mini camp is June 8th to the 10th.
so
Oh,
tomorrow.
It's this
tomorrow.
week as well, yeah.
That's
Uh,
tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow to
Yeah.
Friday.
so again, when you're looking at
OTA workouts last until the 17th.
when you look at KG,
17th.
as he was saying, it all comes down to how Jalen Hurts performs.
Right, exactly.
That's all it is. The
Hmm.
Cowboys, will they regress? We don't know. The Giants, how far can Daniel Jones take you? The Redskins, can Wentz revitalize his
Yeah.
career? So those are the kind of stuff. If you go around the NFL, you talk about the Packers, how will Aaron Rodgers do
Rodgers
without Devontae Adams?
and his new receivers.
Exactly. You look at the Bears, how will Justin Field do Do they have enough weapons for Justin Field?
New
You look at
offensive coordinator, new coaching staff.
right. You look at the Vikings. Can Kirk Cousins lead the way? I think only the Lions. Nobody really talking about Goff.
Right.
But KG can let us know week one.
We can see.
I mean, he got DJ Chark and Jameson Williams. If he can't do nothing with Chark
St.
and Williams
Brown, St. Brown
and
out there.
St. Brown and TJ Hawkinson, if he can't do nothing with them out there, then that's definitely it for sure.
Mhm.
So you know, OTAs, everybody like to see what the quarterbacks do. That's a lot of persons gonna look at that. How the quarterbacks throwing, the chemistry, the guy with the receivers. That's the tradition for every year. How the quarterbacks look coming in. One bad throw, you see pop up on the news. Oh, this person overthrew this person. Oh, lad, I can't. I don't take too much into it when you ain't got full rush coming at you.
Right, exactly.
Let
I
me leave.
think that's the thing with Goff. It's like, yeah, Goff will look pretty until somebody else him out.
Exactly. Let training camp come around where you put the pads on, even though you can't hit the quarterback, you feeling the pressure though. How he plays there, that can tell you a lot. I mean, mandatory in the camps, you do a little bit more team-wise activities, so you still see some stuff, but the quarterback ain't really under pressure. They ain't under the wrist with them kind of things. A man can stand up in the pocket and throw the ball all he wants. He ain't care.
Problem
Hmm.
is too that the quarterbacks don't be under pressure for a long time because they don't even touch them until going to the end.
Exactly. So,
Hmm.
and then you can't sack him. You can only touch him.
Yeah, that come you go touch
Right.
him.
So those are all kinds of stuff you got to look at. Well, like you guys say, I'm eager to see what comes out of the Panthers camp for these next few days in minicamp because I'm eager to see how, as KG say, how Corral looks, how Ikinwo looks, how JC Hahn looks. How he missed his whole rookie season. He played only 3 games and he was injured. So I'm eager to see how the team looks. I think that the team has some really good pieces. So it's just to see how everything comes up. So I'm here. I'm here to watch and see what's going on. Sure everybody feels the same way about their team too, because I know Shane gonna be looking at how Trey Lance is. Then you still gotta look at other stuff too. So
Yeah, we'll be looking at how Jalen Hurts looks, how the offense looks, how Dean, Jack Davis. So we'll be fully invested in these preseason games.
yep.
And after that, because I think it's only three preseason games now, right?
Yeah, three pieces in
So
game.
pretty
Then you
much,
get everybody get
yeah,
bugging.
by in there. So I mean, we'll see. But it's pretty much everything just quiet for now. Quiet, and after the middle of June, the last 2 weeks in June, and the first 3 weeks in July, football quiet until like the end of July, and that's about it. Then we gone.
Yeah, I think next week's show gonna be a lot more interesting because we get a better idea of what we see from our teams, whereas we just hearing rumblings and all kind of stupidness going on. So I think we see a better idea next week's show about what's gonna happen, how we looking,
Yeah.
and what direction. Yeah, how bad the Panthers need a new quarterback or those kinds of stuff.
But I hope the Panthers don't come on the shot here. Crush your season, show dream, man. Go ahead,
No,
go ahead, win the South.
I,
I hope the
that
Saints lose the South. I hope the Saints come last.
that I don't know why that. I just think who we gotta play. That was just bad luck for the Panthers.
You,
The AFC North and the NFC West. That's bad luck for the Panthers. Why? Ain't much winning they gonna win there. I would I got faith that they're gonna shock me and we can put it together and scrape through to a wild card team. But then again, I look realistic and just think that if you don't have the most important part of the your team settled, which is the quarterback, You can't go nowhere. You go as far as your quarterback. And even if you got to manage the game, you got to be a damn good game manager.
True.
So let's look at it that way. You got to be a damn good game manager. So when Goff made the Super Bowl, the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Nope.
No.
Exactly.
I
Can't
think they
manage
got
it.
I think I get shut up for most of 3 quarters.
Can't manage it in the Super Bowl. You got to make a throw. You have to make a throw. Even though, even though I like Jimmy, that one throw there, everybody just talk about the overthrow. You got to make a throw. That's just how it is. And then the day, you got to make a throw. You can only be a manage so far. The only person I see that win a Super Bowl the last few years that really in a take over game thing is fools. All the fools win the Super Bowl and ain't take
The
over.
hand that God got fools. Because fools do loud, boy. You
Exactly.
see do like that since.
And that's what I tell you, that was a once in a lifetime
Right,
thing for
exactly.
fools. Everybody else that
Right,
winning the Super Bowls
right,
got a quarterback that can take over the game when need be.
right. Exactly.
So if you don't have that position started, you can only go to about a 500 team. Sorry to say.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might be 10-7. Well,
But
I
I
don't
mean,
think
like,
you're making
I have
fun.
one of them miraculous seasons where you go 13 and something.
But you gotta
But
have a damn good defense.
right, exactly. So
You better hope you got a damn good defense. And then look at it this way. The Rams won last year. They had a really good defense. The
uh-huh.
year the Chiefs had lost to the Buccaneers
Mahomes, yeah.
stifled Mahomes. That was a damn good defensive game. You gotta have teams that got good defense. Even with the Panthers, Van Miller and them nearly killed Cam Newton
That
in
name.
that Super Bowl.
I'm a sexy head.
Exactly. He must have had 3 sacks in the first quarter.
Hmm.
So you gotta have that damn good defensive players in this league. So I don't I your team gotta be complete, but you still gotta have the man that gotta hut the ball all the time and throw it.
Mhm.
You have to have the man, not a man, the man. And there's only so much teams that got the man. I can even
Yeah.
say three of us here now don't know if we got the man at running the
No, but
quarterback position.
this season will tell.
Yeah, this
We
is
don't
gonna.
know exactly. We don't care. He can find out if Horse is the man. She gonna find out if Lance can be the man, and she gonna find out which man gonna come in Carolina next year to take over the quarterback spot. So that's how you gotta look at it. But you only go as far as that as the man carries you. So we will see. We'll see, but I'm excited. I miss football, and like you say, once mandatory when the camp go, I think it'll be like 5 weeks after you don't hear nothing NFL
Mhm.
voice. It'll just be
Gonna be
dead.
cleaning.
I think they just resume like it can be like the 20th of July or something
Yeah,
like that.
late in July. Late in July.
Late,
The
four
start of
four weeks. So
the last week in July.
4 weeks you got that you just go dead silent.
Hmm.
The only thing that might keep me up is that they're still looking at the Baker and Garoppolo thing, so that can always be chatter. But outside of that, when you see NFL news for that thing, is somebody getting arrested.
Yep.
So we got to see what happens in that case. But I think all of us just want to see how mandatory and the camp goes and see where we at. See what we're working with for training camp.
But if these camps finish so early, training camp may start earlier. I
You
know.
know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. They
Same
start
thing.
late July. Yeah, they start late July.
I
But
don't
them never
understand.
happy enough.
Or men.
And I always have that little dead time. Like, I always
Right.
have that thing. I always have that. See, this year's training camp start this and not be announced, but they usually begin mid to late July. A few weeks right before, a few weeks right before spring training. I mean before preseason. So late July, that's when we'll get it. So we just gotta wait and see what happens.
Gonna be a long, boring few weeks.
I ain't ready for that break at all.
I know, right? I
That
Yeah,
mean,
break.
you had a draft, you come off of a high, then after that, you had these little camps. and that's about it. Your height gone.
Yep. But that's what we got to deal with, unfortunately.
So talking about other teams, they got DJ Metcalf holding up the Seahawks.
But he's rehabbing in LA, they say, right?
Huh?
Yeah, he
He's
still be having
rehabbing
that
in LA.
injury.
Yeah, but if the
We,
Seahawks holding up,
cause he is short, but he be having that injury still.
so
But he because he want a new contract, so he could rehab at the training facility, but he don't want to.
This is his
He
fourth year, right?
he thought of food. One of them.
And he wasn't a
He
first round pick, so yeah.
he was a second, so he don't get a fifth year option. So he wants a
Exactly.
new contract.
He wants a new contract. I
I know
mean,
he.
well deserved.
Yeah, so he's not gonna come. He's not gonna come until they give him a new contract.
Yeah.
He'll do his rehab somewhere else.
I mean, I would sign him now.
who that's that?
Metcalf.
Oh,
Yeah, they should sign him. They should sign him. He's a number one receiver.
I didn't think he'll be doing as good with that Seattle team this year.
But not now with that quarterback that they got. Anybody could be a legit DeAndre Hopkins who could play trash quarterbacks. But I mean, you give him a decent quarterback, he'll he'll be a Pro Bowler again, a top notch receiver again. Big
Oh,
body, DK Metcalf, that big body, that 4.2 4.3 speed.
Yeah, big body, big speed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he could catch.
but
You
he
like he
got to
can't catch.
he need to expand his road too. Though.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. I mean, but that gonna come
But
with
that's
time.
coaching. That's coaching.
That exactly that gonna come
That's
with time.
coaching. Give him a good wide receiver coach, and he can be hitting those things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You link him up with a good wide receiver coach, he should be crazy.
He got to learn to do that though, because you ain't gonna just bully everybody down the field, especially when your quarterback don't have time to throw the ball down the field.
Right.
And you know he always complaining when he don't get the ball afterwards.
Them big receivers to do that shit, David Boston. Them big receivers that go up there and just manhandle it on the field. Take the ball
Exactly.
kind of thing. Terrell and them guys to do that shit. And Terrell had put on some weight on him.
Mhm. But Terrell was a great runner too. So
Oh yeah. Incredible runner. He had that he was fast, but he ain't had that kind of
he,
speed fast.
he was a great runner.
Right.
So
So
that's going on. I mean, you really hear nothing from the Denver Broncos all going on with that team with Russell Wilson and stuff like
they
that.
sell the team.
Yeah, they sold the team. Somebody else bought the team.
4.5 billion to the Walmart dude.
A billion there.
Yeah.
You ain't hear much from other team traded for quarterbacks. Yeah, a little bit out of Cleveland, Deshaun Watson and this case nonsense,
It's
constantly going back and forth.
harassing this man.
I mean,
Yeah.
at some point, I mean, you can't get none of it no more. It's done. It's finished.
But
Let's call it a day.
we saw a report that the NFL already had concluded their investigation.
Right.
Them already were gonna see what they're gonna come down with a suspension, but they may release it yet. This is the longest see them release the thing, man.
Right,
And
exactly.
if them try and get him at more than 60 games, because he found innocent. I mean, he ain't
Right.
found innocent, but all the charges been dropped. So why would you try to punish him any longer than 4-6 games?
Exactly.
Okay, he did what am I calling it? The conduct policy. All right, cool. But that's 4 games max.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're gonna try and touch him up. They're gonna try and hit him another
Yeah,
year.
because you know
Now,
the women and them out there going protests and this and that.
yeah,
Now
but
kind of thing.
it's like, doing because Johnny Depp out this shit, because
Right.
you end up like something like that. If the man had 22 cases against him, all 22 get dropped.
Mhm.
Not to say like one still there, all 22 get dropped, and you're gonna still punish this man for what?
Mhm.
To appease a crowd?
I think the Texans tried a little something when he said that he wanted to leave, and they tried to put something together, whatever, and it didn't work out. So
But we gonna see. That don't upset me.
I know he got a couple civil suits.
Yeah,
I
of course.
mean,
Yeah, you can get them because they want money.
they ain't getting no more money. It done.
Well, true. It done yeah, because
It done. They ain't getting no more money. The criminal case, the criminal charges that they expected were gonna happen, done gone. So they ain't get nothing out of that. All them trying to sell some civil cases, they don't even get money from that too.
he should. I tell you, he should sue all them cunt for defamation.
Yeah,
And if
but
that story true, the Texans do with them giving him room and giving them non-disclosure, whatever and stuff like
yeah,
that.
that just making the story just drag more now.
Exactly. So no, you want to bring that story? Why that story ain't come out all
You
it
see,
when the case
The
was
New
him in?
York Times do their own investigation and
Right.
Texas
It's
hit
like
there. The
right,
Texas hide.
exactly.
I read all of this are going through. How come this never come up?
Right, exactly.
Now the Texas is the ones looking like
Right,
the criminal now.
Yeah,
exactly.
nonsense. Nonsense. If my children come to be at least, I can tell him, I need lock yourself in a room, buy what you want, and stay in your house. Stay in your freaking house, buy what you want.
Do like Derek Jeter.
Exactly.
Do exactly like Derek Jeter did, regardless of what it is. If you come into my house, sign this piece of paper
Mm-hmm.
and put your cell phone in a basket. You gotta get it. You get that cell phone when you leave the house. Yeah, man.
Nonsense.
Even LeBron, look at LeBron James. Look what LeBron James. So you don't hear LeBron James getting nothing.
All right,
Cause
for
he
somebody that's so heavily schooled, you know, he never name was never
because
call up any of them
he's a
nonsense.
smart dude. So he probably doing the same thing what Jeter used to do. If he messed
Yeah,
around, he probably got him signing a piece of paper and you know what I mean or whatever. And he probably ain't messing with no stupid scallywags.
Yeah.
If he is. So
he should.
something
He's
they
a
shall
no say what you want about him on the
right,
court, but
exactly.
he's a good role model for a lot of people. Boy.
Even though Deshaun Watson might not, I mean, innocent or whatever, you gotta make better choices, man. If that's the case, go to the country, no? Go Brazil or go to Philippines or go Santo or go somewhere. Go somewhere. Them girls are treat you good down there.
He messed up when he messed with the damn locals.
Yeah, they mean not begging for no money.
The locals are running, run here for the blood. That. Them man,
Exactly. Should have went to the country, go to the country, and come back. Simple as that.
all right. So, well, next show, KZ will be done with his mini camp.
Right.
I'll be done with my mini camp. Streeter, you still in OTAs? Your mini camp is next week.
No, I'll be done with mine.
I think she will be done here too. Yeah.
So we got some good reports on mini camps.
Right.
Yeah.
We talk with the teams and then we'll see what happens after that. We rate, how the coaches rate the fellas, how they perform. I just want to get to the pads. I want to see some people in pads. I want to see some rope running, some escalations going on, and some hits. So
I wanna hear how my quarterback is looking under pressure.
Mhm.
How is he? I know his arm is not gonna get better, but is his mechanics sound? Is his mechanics much better than it was last year? Is he releasing the ball a lot quicker? Is he reading the defense the right way? Is he understanding the defense? That's what I wanna hear from minicamp at the end of this week. That's what I wanna hear. I don't know the participant is alright. I don't need to hear about he. He gonna do what he needs to do. Same thing for AJ Brown. We need to hear about he. Same thing for Dallas Goddard. The offensive line is gonna be okay, minus any injuries or whatever. I know I can get from Darius Slay. I know I can get from Bradbury. I'd like to hear about Nakobe Dean Jordan Davis, how they perform on the field. But that's about it. I just want to hear about Jalen Hurts.
I think it should be a exciting, horrendous show next week. Should be exciting, but should be horrendous too.
No faith.
Me a drunk here. Not a drunk
No
here.
faith.
I'm a realist. I just gotta say what I gotta say.
All right. So then we'll catch up next show. We talk about our OTAs, how they went.
Right.
Yep.
and then we'll go from there.
Agreed.
Yep.
All right, guys. We link up next show.
All right, peace.
Peace out.